Um, Udita, I think we should start.
Yes, Bubbling, yes.
Um, Good evening, everyone. We all welcome you all to this webinar on uncertainty during COVID-19. Everyone, please note that is a request to be on mute to visible video as the session will be recorded and to avoid any disturbances. We will be having a question answer session at the end. Thank you. My name is Abheen Virk, and I am co-founder of We Evolve along with Udita Kejriwal. We started our journey a few months ago. As we all know that the journey begins with a small step, hence we are also trying to put our best foot forward to help the society. We at We Evolve aim to provide mental health services such as counseling services, webinars and workshops on various socially important topics with the best speaker on the dial. We especially aim to work on removing the stigma around mental health. We live in a society where we think a lot before visiting a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Hence, to bring a change and to bring a change, we are going to start with a platform where we'll be providing psych education to make everyone around us aware and help people in betterment of the mental health. Now, I would like to call Udita for introducing our speaker for today. Thank you.
Good evening, Anaga ma'am. Anaga ma'am is a counseling psychologist based out of Nagpur. She got her bachelor's degree from St. Xavier's College and degree from Columbia University in New York. Interesting fact about Anaga is that she comes from a family of mental health professionals. Her sister and they all work together back in Nagpur. Familiarity with mental health since childhood has shown her the benefits of having open and this sensitive topic. Today, in her own practice, she deals with clients from varied backgrounds facing different issues, but her agenda and working towards creating a more aware and empathic society is what drives her the most. During the lockdown, Anaga has been conducting for clients from all over the country. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Udita.
So, yeah, thank you, ma'am. So now we would be having a conversation with Anaga Bhavi, followed by a question and answer round. So let's start today, where we have already prepared some questions for ma'am. Ma'am, so my first question for you is, so my first question to Anaga ma'am is, long distance, either in a family or relationship in the same city during COVID.
Thank you, Udita. Before I begin, I have to say I'm very happy कि आज आप लोगों ने मुझे as a guest बुलाया है, guest speaker. I know कि अभी COVID, the situation has been going on for 4 months, but in reality, I think initially we were all coping with it in different ways. I know कि काफी लोग cooking ज़्यादा कर रहे थे, they were baking a lot, they were learning how to drive, they were learning how to do yoga online. So I think जो initial phase था, it definitely sort of made us feel like this is a good opportunity to focus on ourselves. What I am noticing now कि अब 4 महीने हो गए हैं, so the issues are obviously becoming worse because the problem is still there and there is a sort of indefinite हम कह सकते हैं, you know, we don't know कि ये कब तक चलेगा. So I do think कि because of that the issues are also increasing and like you rightly said, one of the main problems at the moment is couples who are living in the same city लेकिन उनको रहना पड़ रहा है as if they are in a long distance relationship. I think for me, when I think about this, the first thing that I would suggest या something जो सबने ध्यान में रखना चाहिए, that is कि treat something like this also like a long distance relationship and remember that long distance relationship absolutely can work. That is number one. Number two is communication, of course, as most of you know, is very important in a relationship. तो इसमें communication मतलब सिर्फ नहीं ये नहीं है कि आप बात करते रहो एक दूसरे से, लेकिन I think it's also really important कि आप बात करके decide करें, pre-decide करें कि what kind of communication you are both comfortable with, what form of communication you are both comfortable with, which means कि दोनों वीडियो कॉल पसंद करते हैं, दोनों टेक्सटिंग पसंद करते हैं, कि फोन पे बात करना पसंद करते हैं. plus duration, frequency, other such things. Why I think this is so important is because ऐसी issues को लेकर, you know, when one person is more interested in say video calling, the other one is not so interested, they just want to text. यहाँ पे काफी issues आ सकते हैं, यहाँ पे झगड़े हो सकते हैं. So this is probably something that both the partners can pre-decide. The second thing that I would really focus on is prioritizing the communication that you have with your partner. What tends to happen is, you know, we think कि कल भी बात कर सकते हैं, परसों भी बात कर सकते हैं, especially अगर कुछ काम आ गया तो हम टाल देते हैं बात करना. Now I think when you are prioritizing communication, you are showing your partner that you care about the relationship, you care about the commitment, and you care about, you know, जो भी आपने उनको promise किया है about how much you're going to talk to them, when and when not. Of course, with that, there is a caveat कि हमने थोड़ा flexible भी रहना है. अगर सच में कोई problem आ गई है तो you can't expect कि आपके partner ने उतनी बात करनी चाहिए. लेकिन prioritizing the communication is very important. The next thing is, you know, luckily हम ऐसे generation में रहते हैं जहाँ पे मैं घर बैठे बैठे आज, you know, I'm addressing 28 people. So with the advent of technology, we are all lucky कि हम video calls कर सकते हैं. हम at the snap of our fingers text भेज सकते हैं, phone उठा के phone कर सकते हैं. So इन चीज़ों का obviously हमें फ़ायदा उठाना है, and that means कि you can still continue to do activities online. So I know a lot of people जो long distance relationships में हैं, and what they do is they will both decide on a time when they will both watch the same movie from their homes. So what that does is at least it brings some kind of a connection together, even though आपकी lives independently चल रही है, but it doesn't make it very disconnected. So you can watch movies together, you can set a time to play online games together, things like that. So I think these online activities are very helpful. Also, I think having that gratitude कि today in this day and age we are able to communicate with each other despite the distance, despite the virus and the pandemic and the lockdown. अगर ये attitude of gratitude अपने आप से नहीं आ रहा है तो सोच के देखिए कि पेरेंट्स के जनरेशन में उन्हें क्या पापड़ बेलने पड़ते थे एक दूसरे से बात करने के लिए अगर वो लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस रिलेशनशिप में थे तो my parents were in a long distance relationship and it's very fascinating to me how my mom used to tell me कि trunk calls करने पड़ते थे महंगे महंगे फिर letters के लिए रुकना पड़ता था महीने में एक बार and I think we are so blessed that we don't have to think twice before reaching out to our partners. So I think that you know online इसका हमें फायदा उठाना है online activities you can do together. I also think it's important to text frequently because texting is a great way of staying connected. I know a lot of couples who send each other memes. So again, that is another advantage we have. We can do things online like sending memes, sending text messages, sending emojis just to stay connected. But it's also important to remember that texting should not be the only form of communication. It should be a good way to connect to each other, but not the only way to communicate with each other because texting में काफी misunderstandings हो सकती हैं. You can't understand the tone of the person. So having a phone call or a video call from time to time is important. Another thing that I've seen is that when you are not physically meeting each other, when you're not getting to spend time with each other, ऐसा हो सकता है कि you will be a little wary of talking about any big issues. Because फिर वो डर रहता है कि जितना टाइम साथ में मिल रहा है फोन पे या वीडियो कॉल पे वो खराब ना हो जाए. I understand the intention behind this. I think it makes sense. But also the thing is that we don't know how long this is going to go on for. So it's very important that you also learn to talk about things which are difficult for you. Things which are difficult with the relationship with each other online or on phone calls also. क्या हो जाएगा if you hold yourself back from communicating with your partner? It almost becomes over time, it may cause more misconceptions, more misunderstandings, and more issues in the relationship. So even if it's a big problem, decide on a time to sit together and talk about it openly. Another thing when we are talking about arguments is याद रखना है कि इस टाइम पे सभी लोग काफी वल्नरेबल है, काफी लोग किसी ना किसी स्ट्रेस में से जा रहे हैं. इधर आपको काम का स्ट्रेस है, पढ़ाई का स्ट्रेस है, रिलेशनशिप का स्ट्रेस है, या यू कुड बी वरीड अबाउट योर हेल्थ विच इज प्रोबेबली द मोस्ट प्रेवलेंट स्ट्रेस एट द मोमेंट, राइट? सो लड़ाई झगड़े में हुई बात पे हम बोल सकते हैं डोंट ड्वेल ऑन इट, उसमें फंस ना जाए, बाउंस बैक from your fights as soon as possible because that is where the wisdom lies. If you bounce back from your fights, the chances are that your relationship will thrive. लेकिन ऐसे टाइम पे where stress levels are high and vulnerability is high, misunderstandings are bound to happen. So remember not to take everything personally. And last but not the least, this is something very interesting that I've come across in my practice and also online. There is such a thing as skill hunger, जो काफी लोग, especially जो अकेले रह रहे हैं lockdown में, they are starting to experience. Skin hunger is basically a deprivation of any physical affection or physical contact. I think ये बहुत ही natural सी चीज है. I think so many people, especially who are away from their loved ones, they're not being able to come into contact with anyone. So physically, hugging somebody, somebody, holding hands, we can't do any of these things. So that is probably also another stress. And also something called sexual nostalgia. Sexual nostalgia is when you are remembering your past sexual experiences with other partners, perhaps, because at the moment you have a dissatisfactory or absent sex life. So I know ki there are people who've told me that they feel very guilty that their sex life is obviously completely absent at the moment, but they feel very guilty जब उनको उनके पुराने partners के याद आते हैं या फिर they're thinking about other people. So I just want to say कि to some extent this is normal. To some extent is underlined. I think it is normal because we are humans and we crave sexual and physical intimacy. Of course, if it is becoming too much, if it is becoming very occupying sort of in your mind, then it's probably important that you address it with somebody like a therapist or a friend. But to some extent, it is normal. So I just wanted to put that in there.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes,
Moving
you're
forward,
welcome.
my next question to ma'am is that, so my next question to ma'am is that families have been locked up together, led to adjustment issues at home. How to manage them?
Yeah, this is also a very important question. I think it's a very fair question also. सबसे पहले तो I will say कि ये expectation ठीक है and झगड़े नहीं होंगे and everybody will be happy. When so many people, especially if you live in a big family, in a small space, जब आप सब लोग एक घर में रह रहे हैं तो remember that it is different personalities with different points of view all under the same roof under a period of stress. So there is bound to be some amount of conflict. Now, अगर आप conflict के लिए ready हैं तो similar to what I said in my previous answer, don't take each conflict or aggressive word personally. राइट कभी कभी फैमिलीज में डिफ्लेक्शन होता है, यहाँ का गुस्सा वहां पे निकालो. सो इसमें दोनों चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. जिनको गुस्सा आ रहा है वो भी थोड़ा सा सोचे कि मुझे गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है. वी कॉल दैट सेल्फ वर्क. तो थोड़ा सोच के देखे कि एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज द इशू, व्हाट इज द रियल इशू दैट इज मेकिंग मी एंग्री, एंड ट्राई नॉट टू डिफ्लेक्ट यहाँ का गुस्सा वहां पे. एंड द पर्सन जिसके तरफ गुस्सा डिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है वो भी सोचे कि ठीक है, दिस person is under stress, they didn't mean to say it to me, and try to move on. So don't dwell on it. The next thing I think जहाँ पे major issues आते हैं is the division of responsibilities. I know कि ऐसे टाइम पे काफी लोगों के घर पे पहले खाना पकाने वाली दीदी आती थी, कपड़े धोने वाली दीदी आती थी, अब वो नहीं हो रहा है. So I'm seeing more and more that the females of the house are having to do a lot of household chores, disproportionately too much, and especially जो working females हैं, not only do they have to work from home, but they also have to do घर की responsibilities. Now इसके वजह से उनको frustration होना, थकावट महसूस होना is completely natural. So मेरा एक strong suggestion ये है, especially आज के audience में जो भी young adults and male family members हैं, कि जो घर की females हैं, मम्मी हो या आपकी wife हो, तो उनका हाथ बटाइए. You don't have to do everything, but you can do small things. So division of labor जिसको बोलते हैं, responsibility, you can खुद की प्लेट उठा के वॉश करना सिंक में, खुद के रूम को साफ करना, small things like that, so that एक इंसान पे सारा burden नहीं आ रहा है. The next thing is कि जब हम conflict की बात करें, in that conflict it's very important that you take which is not very abusive, rude or aggressive, that you are not doing any character assassination या over generalizations. अगर आप कॉन्फ्लिक्ट फेस कर रहे हैं तो कोशिश कीजिए कि एक ही इशू के बारे में बात कीजिए एट अ टाइम. जो इशू आपको दिक्कत दे रहा है सिर्फ उसी के बारे में बात कीजिए. डोंट ब्रिंग इन हिस्ट्री एंड पुराने इश्यूज एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. इट बिकम्स वेरी मेसी एंड वेरी डिसफंक्शनल. एंड ऑल्सो अनदर थिंग जिसको हम स्टोन वॉलिंग बोलते हैं. स्टोन वॉलिंग इज बेसिकली जिसको हम साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट बोल सकते हैं. नॉट टॉकिंग टू द पर्सन एंड कंप्लीटली इग्नोरिंग देम. एंड अगर वो सवाल पूछते हैं तो से हट जाना या उनसे बात ना करना, डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली करना. सो इसमें भी प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, जब झगड़े होते हैं तो काफी बार वी थिंक कि साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट देने से ठीक हो जाएगा. साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट का भी एक मैं बोल सकती हूँ उसके जगह हम टाइम आउट यूज करें. टाइम आउट मतलब दोनों को गुस्सा आ रहा है, दोनों झगड़ रहे हैं, तो थोड़ा वक्त लीजिए जहाँ पे आप एक दूसरे से बात नहीं कर रहे हो. सो मे बी हाफ एन आवर, 1 hour, just stay away from each other, cool down, and then come back and either address the issue or move on. One of the two things. साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट का और एक प्रॉब्लम क्या हो जाता है, जितना ज्यादा आप टाइम किसी को साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट दे रहे हो उतनी उसकी इफेक्टिवनेस कम हो रही है. सो अगर मेरा झगड़ा हुआ है और 1 दिन 2 दिन तक वो इंसान मुझसे बात नहीं कर रहा है, तो मेरा गिल्ट कम हो जाएगा झगड़ने के लिए एंड डिफेंसिवनेस हो जाएगा कि अब बहुत हो गया, अब मैं नहीं झेल सकता या झेल सकती. सो स्टोन वॉलिंग या साइलेंट ट्रीटमेंट का वो एक बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. आई थिंक ऑल्सो अनदर थिंग दैट कैन बी डन इज again remembering that this is a stressful time for everybody, so maybe trying to go out of your way to make somebody feel better. If you see कि आपके family में especially one member is struggling more for whatever reason, so maybe trying to be a little bit more compassionate and a little more kind to them. I also think lastly try to do fun things. सब एक ही रूफ के अंदर हैं, तो try to play board games, card games, small things that can bring you together as a family without having the stress of just fighting and talking about responsibilities all the time. So yeah, Udita, I think these would be my points.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for showing us a different perspective. Now
Yes.
I would like to call Bubbling to continue.
Thank you so much, Udita. To continue with it, my another question is that financial stress and job at risk is a major problem with no working conditions. How to manage it?
Yeah. Again, this is also a very relevant problem at the moment. सबसे पहले I think I would say, assess where you are with your job. If you are someone currently working employed and there is ऐसा कुछ आपको indication मिला नहीं है that your job is under threat. Some companies, there are some, you have an idea that they are going to lay off people, they are going to terminate people. If you are not in that condition, then, but if you find yourself thinking about what if I get laid off, what if I get terminated, what if mera demotion ho jata. So it hasn't happened yet. If it is something to worry about in the future, bring yourself back to the present moment, remind yourself calmly and rationally कि वो हुआ नहीं है negative outcome जो हम सोच रहे हैं. And instead focus on what can I do that is within my power to secure my position at my workplace. Maybe it is pushing yourself a little bit more with work. Maybe it is not so much in the work area, but preparing yourself, but in a healthy manner. So starting to save or cut down on any unnecessary expenditure just in case you need it in an emergency. Now, if you are somebody who has been laid off, or if you are somebody जिनको पता है कि उनके कंपनी में लोगों को फायर कर रहे हैं, सो रिमेंबर दैट देयर आर ऑलवेज फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर आउटसाइड योर कंट्रोल. ऐसे सिचुएशन में जहाँ पे जॉब्स मिल नहीं रहे हैं, मिले हुए जॉब्स निकल रहे हैं लोगों के हाथों से, द वन थिंग यू कैन रिमेंबर इज टू नॉट टेक इट पर्सनली. This is something that a lot of people are struggling with because it is outside their control. So remembering that there are factors within your control which you can work on, like the first point that I spoke about, and the second one is that it's outside your control. You don't know if your company is going to take those drastic steps. And also I think कि यहाँ पे जब हम resilience की बात करते हैं, resilience मतलब trying to fight back to the best of your ability in a trying situation, in a difficult situation. To develop resilience, try to think last time when there was a tragedy, when there was a very difficult circumstance in your life, तब आपने कैसे handle किया था? How did you handle that difficult circumstance? Most likely क्या है that you have the tools to cope up with a difficult life circumstance. Most of us as humans, we know how to overcome adversities. लेकिन before an adversity has happened, before a tragedy has struck, we underestimate our ability to overcome that, which is where the anxiety comes from. So reminding yourself कि if that problem comes या फिर वो problem होती है, I will manage. Because honestly, there is no other option at that time. You will manage. right? Of course, it may be a difficult period, it may be a tough time for you, but you will manage. So remember that we always have a tendency to slightly underestimate our ability to overcome adversity, but when the time comes, you're actually able to do it. So yeah, Bablin, these are the 3-4 points I think we can remember.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an informative answer. My next question is, working from home is the new normal and now accepting it is difficult. So I would like to ask ma'am how to manage work pressure at work from home.
राइट सो आई थिंक वर्क फ्रॉम होम के बहुत सारे इश्यूज क्यों आ रहे हैं बिकॉज स्ट्रक्चर कम हो गया है वर्किंग आवर्स फ्लेक्सिबल हो गए हैं या बढ़ गए हैं बहुत सारे डिस्ट्रैक्शंस हो रहे हैं घर में पहले जितना ध्यान दे पाते थे अब नहीं दे पा रहे हैं सोशल आइसोलेशन हो रहा है बिकॉज पहले कॉलीग्स थे बाकी लोग थे जिनसे आप बात कर सकते थे अब वो नहीं हो पा रहा है प्लस कंपनीज में काफी बार मैनेजर्स भी डिटेक्ट कर पाते हैं कि उनके वर्कफोर्स में फिलहाल स्ट्रेस लेवल हाई है बिकॉज फेस टू फेस वो एक दूसरे को देख पा रहे हैं फिलहाल वो सिचुएशन नहीं है तो आई थिंक इन 4-5 चीजों की वजह से वर्क फ्रॉम होम इज स्ट्रेसफुल नाउ द फर्स्ट थिंग आई थिंक इज इफ यू हैव द लग्जरी टू डू सो क्रिएट अ वर्क स्पेस इन योर हाउस एक इंडिपेंडेंट जगह क्रिएट करने की कोशिश कीजिए विच इज सोली डेडिकेटेड टू वर्किंग and maybe what you can do is notify the family members that these are my working hours. This is something I personally do with my family also because the workspace that I'm using, I tend to commonly share it with other family members. So when I know that I have a call or I have a session with a client I have to take, तो मैं हमारे फैमिली व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे एक मैसेज डाल देती हूँ कि इस टाइम पे मेरा सेशन है तो काइंडली डोंट यूज दैट. सो क्रिएटिंग अ वर्क स्पेस. सेकंड इज आई नो बड़ा आजकल टेम्पटिंग हो गया कि नीचे पैजामा पहना है ऊपर फॉर्मल क्लोथ्स पहने हैं बट ट्राई टू ड्रेस फॉर द जॉब दैट यू हैव. उससे आपकी मोटिवेशन लेवल भी बनी रहती है एंड यू काइंड ऑफ मेंटली फील लाइक यू आर एट वर्क विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑल्सो ट्राई टू सेट अ शेड्यूल and create strict boundaries. Just because you are at home, it can become very easy कि boundaries नहीं है, late काम start हो रहा है, जल्दी चालू हो रहा है, late खत्म हो रहा है, जल्दी खत्म हो रहा है. But still try कि your timings imitate your regular work hours. So अगर आप 9 to 5 पहले काम करते थे तो कोशिश कीजिए plus minus 1 hour टाइमिंग उतने ही रखने की कोशिश कीजिए. लंच ब्रेक भी उसी टाइम पे लेने की कोशिश कीजिए. So keeping that same schedule. ऑल्सो रिकग्नाइज कि दिन का वो कौन सा टाइम है जब आप सबसे ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिव होते हो. सो दिस इज डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट पीपल. आई नो दैट आई वर्क बेटर इन द मॉर्निंग्स, सम पीपल वर्क बेटर इन द इवनिंग्स. So identify that what time is actually really good for you to work and try to plan all the difficult or challenging tasks in that time slot where you are most productive and where you have least distractions. So both those things. After work is over, अगर 6 बजे आपका काम खत्म हो रहा है, so do try to disconnect from work in whatever way possible. A lot of people have different work phones, different work laptops, so that is one way of doing it. Some people even have a different internet browser. So maybe Google Chrome personal कामों के लिए use होगा, Internet Explorer work के कामों के लिए होगा. So don't open that browser after your work day ends. Try कीजिए कि you discuss any issues that you are having with working from home with your leaders on a video call. So face to face, so it's not possible at the moment, but over a video call. Even try to maintain your connections with your colleagues. Just because आप एक दूसरे को face to face मिल नहीं पा रहे हो doesn't mean that you can't stay connected on a WhatsApp group or via email or via phone calls once a week. So that will help you maintain that that connection, that familiarity. Treat your weekends for self-care. So especially if you are in a very busy job, लंबे hours हैं, high stress job है, demanding job है, emergency वाला job है. Especially, I guess, if you're a doctor and you're in an emergency field, maybe this may not be that easy. But if you are in a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 kind of a job, then my recommendation is Saturday, Sunday को self-care करें. And self-care could be anything. For some people, it could be talking to their friends. For some people, it could be gardening. For some people, it can be painting. So find out what makes you feel the most relaxed and try to stick to that on the weekends. And the time. So उसमें क्या होता है, we stop being very kind to ourselves or compassionate to ourselves, especially when we're going through a difficult time. So the first suggestion or my first feedback is practice a lot of self-compassion at this time. Be very kind to yourself. This is a difficult period that you're going through and there is no shame in that. You are one of many people who is struggling right now. So remember that being kind and being soft to yourself is very important. In fact, there is a little thing that the self-compassion experts say: talk to yourself like you would talk to a best friend. So, let it be full of care and concern and also support. Secondly, I would say कि think about it in the sense कि आपका जो distress है, we usually think of distress in two ways. One is that it is a lifelong distress or it is a temporary distress. Lifelong distress में क्या हो जाता है? Things like disability, chronic illnesses, very painful chronic illnesses जिसमें remission के chances कम होते हैं, right? Temporary distress is losing your job, canceling your whatever opportunity to work abroad, having relationship issues, relationship breakups, divorce. These are temporary distress. Why I'm calling them temporary is because we are capable of bouncing back from them. So ask yourself, the distress that you are facing, is it a temporary distress or is it a lifelong distress? In other words, what we call the 10-year rule. Ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? अगर मेरा promotion इस साल मुझे नहीं मिलता है, या if I lose my job this year, or if I break up with my partner this year, is that necessarily going to be a lifelong distress? Probably not. So that will help you take the pressure off, and it will help you to not brood. Brood मतलब एक ही चीज के बारे में बार-बार सोचते रहना. It will help you to not brood, and it will help you to think more rationally and more from a long-term, zoomed-out perspective. So yeah, and lastly, of course, like I said, remember that there isn't much that you can do about this situation. I also often feel like in this situation, there is somebody who recently said, I heard this quote, I can't remember who said it, but the quote said, this time is not about thriving, it's about surviving. And I absolutely agree with that, because this is a pandemic which is contagious, it is infectious, and people are suffering greatly health-wise. So at this point, let our focus be to come out of this with our health intact as much as possible. Productivity and thriving can always come later. Yeah. That's all, Bubbly.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for showing a different way of seeing and dealing with it. Now we
You're
have
welcome.
completed the first session, the first part of the session. Now we will proceed towards the question and answer round. You can ask your question one by one. You can write yes in the chat box, and then we will take your name, and then you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. So anyone who wants to ask a question can write yes in the chat box. Harleen, which has written yes. Harleen, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Pavleen. Hi, Anaga.
Hi, Harleen.
Yeah, my question to you is, I heard what all things you suggested, but
Yeah.
the thing is that, the 10-year rule that you said, how should I, train my brain to deal with it? I do know that at this point in time, the thing that I'm stressing over, it won't matter in the next 10 years. But right now, I'm stressing over it. How do I train my brain not to worry about it?
Right. So see, that's a good question. But if you notice, the fact that your brain is still stressing about something that either hasn't happened, that may not happen, or may happen, that may happen a long time into the future, that to me means that it is still worrying about something in the future. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that you are thinking about something that hasn't happened yet, that is in the future, means that you are focusing on something that is outside your control.
Makes sense.
So reminding yourself that this so and so thing is not within my control. Of course, you can still feel tempted to think about it. Yeah, sometimes temptation se bhi zyada, I would say, automatic bhi hote hain thoughts that suddenly it'll pop into your head, and then you can't get rid of it. It's a very sticky thought. But my recommendation then is, if you notice that this is just a loop, it's a repetitive loop with no real solution to it, maybe it's like a sort of default that you find yourself at, then even healthy distractions can work. अगर लॉजिक एंड रैशनैलिटी से भी वो थॉट्स या वो वरी खत्म नहीं हो रही है, then some temporary healthy distractions are also a good idea. So the minute you notice कि वो thoughts आ रहे हैं, तो maybe watching something that you find funny or reading a book or talking to somebody so that you can distract yourself is also a good idea.
Makes sense. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering her question. Vizzy Mehta has also said yes. Vizzy Mehta, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, hi Anaga.
Hi Visi.
I wanted to ask you about the journaling helps during this time of, uncertainty, and I'm trying to journal, but then sometimes I tend to get a little lazy and don't do it. But do you think it's effective?
I think journaling is a great technique. Anybody who's ever spoken to me about their psychological problems is most likely they've heard me suggest journaling to them at some point of time. I think what happens with journaling is there's many different types also. So you may have to look up, specific to your problem, what kind of a journaling might be beneficial to you. So if it's something related to feeling like a low mood or feeling very demotivated or uninterested with simple things, then you can maintain a gratitude journal that will involve writing down all the good things that happened to you that day or all the good things that you appreciate in your life in general. If it is more of a stress or anxiety kind of overthinking, uncertainty generally means, worrying about the future, then I would say, really write down maybe instead of saying, what if this happens, then writing down in your journal, what if the other thing happens? So for example, thinking, what if I fall sick? Write down, what if I don't fall sick? And what if I come out of this feeling absolutely fine? So a journal can be used differently, but a traditional journal, जिसके बारे में हम बात करते हैं, that is generally just writing down everything that is coming into your mind and putting it on a piece of paper. It's also called a brain dump because you are literally dumping all your thoughts on a piece of paper without censoring it. So that can also be a very good feeling because आप vent कर रहे हो, you're not censoring anything. So while you are providing structure to your thoughts, so I think journaling can be very helpful.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering her question. Tanvi Sabu has written yes in the chat box. Tanvi, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Tanvi has written her question in the chat box. I am a youngster and managing my time. She's still typing her question.
Okay.
And managing my time is a problem. So how to manage the time?
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Tanvi. I think this is especially hard for youngsters, especially अगर you are not working या आपके online classes नहीं चल रहे हैं. So this is really hard. But like I said, see, routine is extremely important during this time. That brings a structure and some sense of organization to your day. So I would really recommend that you create a loose routine for yourself on a day-to-day basis, especially during the weekdays. If you are a student or if you are studying to go abroad or something to appear for an exam, then I think, taking out some rough time during a day on what hour to what hour you want to give to studying is very important. I also think that, with the routine, थोड़ा सा इस प्रकार से भी हम सोच के देख सकते हैं कि अगर आज आप रूटीन अच्छे से फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हैं, if right now your schedule has become completely haywire, right? You are waking up at 7 in the morning, sleeping at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and you're waking up at 2 p.m. I know there are people like that. It sounds very dysfunctional, right? The problem is this also becomes a habit. So if you don't try to rectify it right now, जब lockdown खत्म हो जाएगा and then you need to go back to your regular life, you will really struggle with finding that balance again. So अभी से धीरे धीरे you need to start creating a better routine for yourself and time management will follow. So I think structure and routine are very important.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anagama. So next, Aditi, you can please unmute yourself.
Hi, Anaga.
Hi.
I met you at IPH for the behavior therapy workshop.
Hi.
I remember. So
Yes.
my question is a little different. So I'm a counseling psychologist,
Hmm.
and the thing is, if clients come to you, and just now you mentioned that the sleep has gone for a toss, the structure has gone
Yes.
for a toss. So
Uh,
how do you decide whether right now the client needs psychiatric medication for anything like anxiety, depression, or anything, or
Yeah.
not? Because having a sleep issue has become extremely common. Appetite has become very haywire. So
Yes.
how do you decide it?
Yeah, that's a good question. See, I think to decide whether a person should go to a psychiatrist, we have to see some parameters, right? First is the intensity of the distress. If the stress is so much that even after, let's say, rectifying your lifestyle and your routine, you are still struggling, or it is extremely difficult for you to even rectify your routine, that is a red flag. That means that the problem is significant. Even the frequency of symptoms, if it is something that is happening all the time, every day appetite is low, every day the person is unable to sleep, or every day the person is feeling absolutely demotivated to work, then also I would suggest that the person should probably consult the psychiatrist, because there might be an underlying disorder or a condition. So I would say the clinical judgment would come from figuring out whether the person's intensity and frequency of symptoms is very high. Then psychiatric consultation is required. But I also think generally, if you, I think of it this way, that if you set up a psychiatrist and don't take medication, uh, a good psychiatrist and ethical psychiatrist will be able to identify that. So the way I see it, कोई हर्जा नहीं है. As psychologists are suspecting that they have a medical problem that can go away with medications, better to be on the side of caution and send them to a psychiatrist.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Anagama. So our next question is from Ome Hani. How to adjust with family when no one wants to listen? Or that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a tough one. So I think we all know कि हम सबके families में there are some people who are more rigid and who are more difficult to get through to, जिनके साथ communication थोड़ा ज़्यादा difficult होता है, right? I think when you are hoping for a change or hoping for a certain result, that itself, especially if this is a pattern, if the person has always been like this, and abhi wo zyada feel ho raha hai because aap sab ek ghar mein reh rahe hain, you're in a lockdown, you have to face each other all the time. If it's been a pattern and you are still expecting a result, then I would say we have to learn to manage our expectations. It is possible perhaps that the person is not going to change in a short period of time, is not going to change with a lot of feedback or arguments also, which means thoda sa acceptance needs to be developed that this person is rigid or for whatever reason they are not willing to see your point of view. With acceptance, what can happen, you can also know what to expect from them, जिससे काफी आपका मानसिक टेंशन या तकलीफ कम हो सकती है. If you know कि this is something where I'm probably not going to see eye to eye with this person, then you are in a better position to handle it. Accepting the person for who they are would become very important in a case like this. Also, sometimes I see कि family interventions करते हैं लोग. So if there is one family member who is really making it difficult for other family members, sometimes it works to sit down as a family and talk to them. But then it has to be handled with a lot of care. It has to be done extremely gently, because the person can easily feel like सब मेरे ऊपर gang up कर रहे हैं, and they can get defensive. So that is something that you have to judge, because if you decide to do an intervention, it has to be done very gently. But other than that, my definite suggestions are reducing your expectation and learning to accept the person for who they are.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering her question. So the next question is, ma'am, from Smita Vyas. She has said that how can psychology students become productive apart from attending the insightful session, as they have to go through internship which has stopped during the pandemic. So how they can prepare them with respect to job purpose?
Yeah. Um, I जैसे मेरे एक क्वेश्चन में मैंने लिखा था that we are very blessed today to have access to so many resources online. This is one of those things. मतलब I noticed that if I have any curiosity about anything as a counseling psychologist, I quickly go online and I put it in Google. So that's definitely one way to sort of get there. And there are other resources like TED Talks, therapist8.com. Even YouTube pe or Instagram pe, you might see mental health professionals really putting out some very interesting content. So this might be a good time to go back to the basics, to go back to your textbooks and just revise everything that you've learned so far. It can never hurt to go back to the basics. And also additionally, if you have curiosity about a particular topic या कोई एक चीज स्पेसिफिक चीज के बारे में आपको ज्यादा क्यूरियोसिटी है या कंसर्न है, तो फिर उसके बारे में ऑनलाइन यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, but especially things like TED Talks and official websites of psychologists can be very helpful.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering her question.
Yes.
Ma'am, Shivani Agrawal has asked a question. How can I overcome with my short-temperedness, which has increased in this lockdown from before?
Yeah. I think सबसे पहले शिवानी, I would definitely ask you to do some introspection and think about why you are more short-tempered right now. The reasons can be very different for a lot of people. If you don't mind sharing, you can share your response here. Or you can even think about it this way, ki, some people are more short-tempered right now because they are not sleeping well. Some people are more short-tempered because they are very anxious about their studies or their health. Some people are more short-tempered because other family members are creating issues for them. So the reason for why you are feeling angry and irritable is important. Very often what happens is anger is a secondary emotion. तो चिड़चिड़, irritability हो सकता है कि that is also naturally a little bit to do with your personality. But under a situation like this where we are all under stress and हम सब vulnerable feel कर रहे हैं, so short tempered और चिड़चिड़ का मतलब उसके कोई अलग reasons भी हो सकते हैं. They can be a manifestation of something that is deeper. So are you feeling more worried? Are you feeling disappointed? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling anxious? Because these things can also come out as irritability and short-temperedness. So I would say, maybe introspect and ask yourself, why is it that that's happening? And then you will find your answer.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering her question. Our next question is from Ms. Ada. She has asked that we all know how important both physical and mental health is. We all are also aware of maintaining basic physical health like exercising, healthy eating habits. But when it comes to mental health, not everyone can afford to regularly go to a therapist. So I would like to know how can we maintain basic mental health? Some tips or points.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a very good question. Some basic tips would be for me, one is self-care. So trying to do things that make you feel good, some pleasurable activities. Very often hobbies and pleasurable activities ये ना थोड़ा background में ढकेले जाते हैं जब हम ऐसे stressful चीज में से गुजर रहे हैं या फिर when we are overworked. So never to take that for granted. Your hobbies and things that make you feel refreshed and positive, you should never take that for granted, but you should actually prioritize them. So self-care, according to me, is highly, highly important. The second thing is also, जिसको हम आपने इस talk में भी सुना होगा, I've mentioned self-work a couple of times. Self-work is going a little deeper, trying to understand yourself a little bit better. तो थोड़ा self-awareness develop करना. जब मुझे गुस्सा आता है तो सिर्फ इसी रीजन की वजह से, एक रीजन की वजह से गुस्सा आता है, और is there something deeper going on that I'm not aware of? So developing self-awareness. I think lifestyle choices, जैसे आपने mention किया, exercising, sleep, nutrition, these things are also extremely important. So keeping them also a part of your regular routine. We know that these things actually impact even our brain chemistry to a large extent. तो जो लोग regularly exercise करते हैं, they are better at fighting depression. जो लोग रेगुलरली 8 से 9 घंटे सोते हैं, उनका इमोशनल रेगुलेशन बेटर होता है, उनका अटेंशन कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बेटर होता है. And the next thing I would say is relaxation exercises or meditation and mindfulness. Again, meditation and mindfulness is absolutely a beautiful thing to practice every day, क्योंकि उसके जो लॉन्ग टर्म में आपको इफेक्ट्स दिखेंगे, दे आर क्वाइट अमेजिंग. काफी जो स्टडीज उन्होंने किए हैं मेडिटेशन पे, दे शो दैट people who meditated regularly, literally there are certain parts of their brain which have evolved to become more empathic, to become more understanding. Certain parts of their brain which are responsible for anger and irritation, they have shrunk in size. Even the area that is responsible for learning grows when you meditate regularly. So meditation also, I think, as a basic mental health tip, absolutely must be followed. And lastly, but not the least, I think trying to create self-compassion, self-kindness, not just self towards other people also, but trying to maintain an attitude of empathy, an attitude of gratitude, trying to see things from other people's point of view and not just your own. Remembering all the little small things that make your life positive, that make it fulfilling. That is also a very good practice to, improve on your mental health. So I would say these 5 things are very important for mental health and probably the most basic.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for answering her question, and it was very informative.
Thank you.
Does anyone else has a question? Does anyone else wants to ask a question to Anaga ma'am? Okay, ma'am, there are no more questions now.
Okay.
One has written yes in the chat box.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
just we would like to thank Anaga ma'am for giving us the opportunity to work with her by agreeing with us to put together this conversation. On behalf of the participants and team, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for giving us such an insightful and informative session and such important tips. We would like to extend our warm regards to all the participants for being such patient listeners and interactive audience. We would like to also thank Prerna Agrawal and Bhavya Manglani for helping us to put together this talk. We at VEvolve hope that you have got your queries cleared, and if any one of you still has any doubts, feel free to email us at veevolve01@gmail.com, or you can DM us at Instagram @veevolve01. We want to provide you with our best services, hence we organize webinars and workshops at regular intervals on various topics from which we all deal in our lives. For further updates, follow us on Instagram @veevolve.com. If you have any feedback, you can mail us. Once again, thank you so much for being for being a supportive audience. Thank you so much, Anaga ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone, for spending your Saturday evening with me. Now, please go enjoy your weekend, and especially thank you to the VEvolve team for initiating these talks. I think they're very, very good, and the work that you guys are doing is really important and very nice. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.